morning. So, what is digital profile? Let's start out there. See, digital profile today, currently, we are using resume. This resume is primarily made for print. So, every resume which we see is either on PDF or document are primarily built for print. Okay, so whereas we are technologically highly advanced now. So, a digital profile has to be a profile which is portable, which actually can be interoperable. It should be responsive, and it should be structured. So primarily, it should be structured. So this will actually give a much needed impetus for resume to actually reach out across the globe, as is how job is going doing today. So today you can actually find any job which is posted in US, right over here sitting in our computer searching for it. But a profile doesn't go that way. So there is though the privacy issues there, which I acknowledge 100%. But a resume should be easily portable. It should be kind of interoperable. But resume isn't. The reason is simple. So it is made for print, and it is actually a pre-designed document. This pre-designed document is it's kind of for pleasing the eye or catching the right keywords here and there. So digital, let's understand what is a digital profile now. So LinkedIn does have a digital profile. So that is the nearest we have to a proper digital profile in the market. Whereas, LinkedIn has its own utility thing, usage rules and regulations, and they also sell their data. So primarily they have restricted access to portable data. So now, when we have to go beyond geographical boundaries, okay, what do we have to do is we have to make a proper digital profile, a HTML profile, maybe primarily a structured profile more. So this is where dResume comes in. A product primarily helps you create a proper digital profile where you can actually export your data in XML or JSON format, or maybe a structured HTML format, which Google actually appreciates. These are very important for accessibility across. Today, AI is slowly getting into the market. Initially, also, we did have a lot of computer-based algorithms in the market. So, primarily within the resume space itself, if you see, recruiters use various kind of filters. Okay, so they actually search for keywords. We used to index keywords in databases, and then do a full text search using Sphinx, Lucini. These are the major search engines for resume search, text search primarily. So what happened is we used to have index all these things and have it. Now slowly with AI coming inside, now what is happening is the machine is starting to comprehend what we are actually writing in our paper, and based on it understand the thing. It is not just actually keyword matching; it does slightly beyond the keyword matching. Now. What is this going to happen? So just today, what is happening is if you don't have a proper ATS friendly resume, your resume gets rejected, even if you are qualified as an individual. Now, if you in future, what is going to happen is the computer is going to understand that no, this profile is not exactly totally needed to be rejected. It can be actually selected because it does have this, etc. Based on its understanding of our profile. Okay. So AI is going to be revolutionizing our recruiting in a major way. And slowly it will comprehend. And still, there is going to be a lot of bias, as we talked in your question itself, the bias aspect. Yes, there is going to be AS bias. And how can we filter out AS biases? It's quite easy. So what we have to do is, when we ask an AI, see, primarily we do write prompts to AI. So in these prompts, we can actually remove all the bias-related stuffs, like maybe the name of the person, the gender, the ethnicity. All these questions doesn't have to bring in the part of the profiles. Don't have to come into the our requirement, which we are going to share with the AI. So then what happens is we are actually clearly eliminating bias there. So that is one way we can handle it. And naturally, we'll have to keep tuning our AI to AI agent, which we'll be actually creating to ensure that we don't actually allow it to have bias. Bias is going to be there. We have to evade the bias of AI. Yes, we have various types of tech enabling thing, career and upskilling as well as learning. Okay, and it is becoming imperative. So today, if you don't learn, you are left behind in any field for that matter. In the tech field, it is very much prevalent. So even you see, we started out our products with a version of .NET, VB.NET. Uh, 1.5, then we moved on to 2, 3, etc., etc. Now VB is obsolete. Microsoft is no longer supporting VB. So we keep upgrading our product and upgrading our knowledge for that matter. And this is becoming essential for everybody. It's not just the promoter of a business. It's for every individual. So how now? Let us understand a simple thing. Now today AI is coming in a big way. So now what are we going to do? We are going to use AI, maybe write nice prompts, ensure that the AI helps us reach our goals or do our tasks much faster in a more healthier way and more professional way. So upskilling and thing, what do you call, learning is going to be permanent. If you don't do this, you're going to be left behind. So that's essential. So what is needed here for this upskilling? See, upskilling, what you need is you need to understand the future. So primarily, you should need to predict the future. So what are we going to do is in our platform, we are going to bring in a lot of analytics and intelligence, career intelligence, where we are going to provide people with the information on, say, today you're going to work with search engines. As usually, we'll go back to Sphinx and Lucini. Now with the AI market, why? What are we going to do? How do we need it? No, we don't need it. So we don't need the search engines. AI will be doing this job for us. So we can actually start using AI agents. Naturally, we do have the problem with the speed because those are still predominantly very fast technologies. But this will come up. It will slowly come up. So I can actually predict that those people who are working with Lucene and other things have to start looking into AI in a major way, or maybe integrating AI agents into Lucene and I think to ensure that they are there. Okay. So it is needed that everybody of us learn and upgrading ourselves to be updated in the market, to be available for the job market. Role of data analytics. Actually, we've started talking about role of data analytics earlier. So see, data analytics is very essential in planning. Okay. So we do a planning in every almost every part of corporate world. There is planning from, you can say, from procurement. So from there you start to inventory. From procurement to inventory, everywhere planning is there. So similarly, it is also very imperative for recruitment. So within the recruitment space, we should start understanding what is the market, what is the size of the market. So I'm going to go for a particular language. This language, actually, the world, say 50 people only know about this language. Is it even right of me getting into a product to develop a product with this particular software, where my market is going to be very small. Only 50 people know this product. Unless and until that is going to be something like a high tech product, maybe for space science or that kind of technologies, I don't think we should be going there. So prediction of data, that is prediction of the future people, how people are going to go, is also very essential for the companies so that they position themselves accordingly. One more critical aspect what I can think of is, like, say, I am looking at for say a lot of Python people, and a number of Python people are available out of Hyderabad. Okay, it makes a lot of sense if I'm going to have a hire 100 200 people to have a unit at Hyderabad and then bring in open people there, rather than asking Hyderabadis to come to Bangalore or maybe go to Delhi. Some may go, but most may not. So now you provide a local opportunity. Now what happens is you give this kind of planning, makes a lot of sense, and our cost is going to kind of get balanced out. So Hyderabad people giving jobs in Hyderabad, they will come for a small price. You give them a job at Bangalore, they'll naturally expect double the salary. So planning becomes very essential, and data analytics is needed for this kind of planning. See, Freelancing earlier, let's start out in my days, before the computers were there. A person has to actually prove his talent to the local market, okay, and procure his jobs locally. So the local industries, say 4 to 5 industries are there, he has to actually do whatever he does for this particular 5, 6 industries. He didn't have opportunities outside. Then slowly technology started coming inside. We started having classifieds. Then we started getting into other platforms. Now gig platforms are bigger. Now you think of Fiverr.com or such kind of platforms. These people are virtually providing you the world on a plate. So I'm me sitting at Coimbatore. I can look at the opportunities across the globe. I can actually work with a New Zealand company, or maybe even a company out of think Canada. Now with this kind of huge market opportunities. Now my task of actually sourcing becomes very low. I don't have to be a marketing person. I actually can concentrate and put my 100% into my niche where I specialize in, and then first. That is one important part. So, gig economy is actually highly reliant on the technology space, and technology space is purely giving them wonderful opportunities. Now, let's look at it from the future perspective. So, tomorrow, what is going to happen to gig economy? See, tomorrow, what I predict or what I think is, companies will have, say, 10, 12 employees and employ 100, 200 freelancers to do their job. Every freelancer will be having extraordinary knowledge in his specific skill set, and all these people will actually contribute their best, or you have the top knowledge of every possible area, handled by a small team of a dozen people, and you make some kind of revolutionary products across. So I think this is going to be the future market. Now, what happens is everybody becomes kind of king as long as they are able to deliver in their specific skill sets. It is imperative that a job seeker has a strong online presence, not essentially in the social side, but naturally in their niche, in their area of expertise. They have to be having a good presence online. So the first thing what I would suggest is, as a job seeker, they should have a profile which is digital, like the resume. So this will give them a lot of insights into how they can actually go, or how they can go ahead with their career for the future, um, and also help the resume reach the right pair of eyes, because it is kind of um, uh, what do you call, mission friendly. So the resume is made for missions first, and then for the visual appeal. So that is very essential. Part two is they have to be very active in their social niche, in their professional niche, okay, in online. So if a person is able to contribute a lot towards his in his industry among his peers, peers start looking at him as a kind of a go-to figure in that particular industry, and slowly he gets recognition in that particular area. So these are all very important for individual when he has to excel in career in the future, because this is see, today digital resume is going to be only maybe a document or a part of data of within the available resume. In future, slowly what is going to happen is the resume, or maybe the technology is going to slowly go, what do you call, searching and maybe indexing the individual's thing, online presence, the social parameters, where he is communicating, what he is doing. All these things will start becoming part and parcel of the person's individual profile. So all these put together will actually add weight to this particular individual's knowledge, or it'll a kind of perceived knowledge in the particular industry. So it becomes imperative for people to actually be highly active in social, or more to say in the online platform, either in the social side or in the professional side. So within a niche, I think they should be available, they should be contributing and contributing heavily. So today, unlike earlier, when knowledge was wealth. Okay, today knowledge actually already has got it. Okay, it is only when to use and where to use this knowledge is what is going to be maybe our forte. So I think knowledge sharing no longer needs to be kind of secret. You just can share it openly. Um, and I think sharing is going to actually make you more what wanted in the industry. From the government point of view, see, these people have need to regulate AI in a major way. So they have to start having barriers, or maybe some kind of a control mechanism to ensure that AI is used ethically, and um, it doesn't cross boundaries. So this becomes an imperative part of a government's thing. Education institution need to actually make learning kind of a co-learning where the machine is going to be a backup permanently. So it's kind of going to be a digital twin. So all your knowledge can kind of be saved in the AI world, and you can actually ping this information anytime you want. So it's something like a storage unit for our own memory. So um, for a education institution, they need to train people to be ethical, how to use it, and effectively how to use it to ensure that it helps the larger cause of humanity. So AI can be highly destructive. See, generally humans are kind of selfish. Everybody wants to grow, and all these AI which have been trained by us humans will be learned will kind of be selfish. You can actually try each of these. The biases are very clear. You can actually go to a person who's kind of calling himself liberal, and it will be kind of a highly inclusive society where your non-inclusive people are kind of pushed out. And if you go to a person who's kind of conservative, who's developed AI, so naturally he has set of rules which is kind of pushing the others way around. So AI are inherent to biases. Okay, they are biased, and over and above this, they also learn. So primarily, what is AI doing? It is learning a lot of things from various other sources, and all these sources are biased. So all these biases have to be removed. So now, how do we use it ethically? How do we use it properly? And within our geo system, see, we are all having living in societies which have got the various cultures. So within our culture, how can AI actually get inside and deliver optimally without actually hindering the society's uniqueness? So this is very important. These are things which both the government through regulations and education through imparting the knowledge have to deliver in a major way. They kind of are going to be the backbones for this. So today you can actually create a monster or you can create a god. When I like AI could be either. Now, how can we regulate it? These are the major pillars of regulation. So one is the government, another one is the education institution. We are heading towards an interesting time. Okay, so future we are kind of we are getting into the AI agents world. So we were in the LLM worlds earlier. Now we are slowly getting into the agents world. Now we are going to get into more micro AIs world. And in future, I have a very strong belief that AI will be kind of a pair for us. So every individual will have an AI. Like how do we have our mobile? So we do have a mobile. We do have a laptop. Like this, we will have an AI assistant. This AI assistant will be predominantly available through all our devices and will be assisting us with various in various areas. Within our knowledge sphere primarily, and out of our knowledge sphere also as and when needed. So now this is going to empower us in a very big way. Now how effectively we can use this to advance our individual capabilities, our what do you call um, career, and the society as a whole. This becomes the most interesting part for the future. Now, AIs are getting inside, they are being built, they are going to kind of rule the world. Now, what are we going to do to ensure that they are all staying within their limits and going to help us? So, this is there. And within the recruitment space where I actually specialize in, AI is going to actually see, initially recruitment was very kind of biased by ATS. So initially it was paper, first starting we did it in papers, we started printing it. So then AI came inside, so or maybe indexing came inside. So indexing used to take the entire chunk of resume, they used to index part of them as this, for this area, that area. So now AI is coming inside. This is going to come do indexing with more knowledge. Okay. So for careers in the future, for resume, it is very essential that we have to be digitally available, part one, and we should be uh, AI knowledgeable, or see, we used to say computer literate. Now we can call it as AI literate. So we should be able to use AI effectively to ensure that our jobs are done. So today, for every research we have to do for say weeks together, we can get it done in a few seconds. So you just have to put the right prompt inside, and you can actually get the research papers out. Thing. So we are having interesting times ahead with machines which are going to actually do a lot for us. We have to do very little. All we have to do is actually point the finger in the right direction, and the things get done. No, just we have to understand which is the direction. So we are heading towards an interesting time, uh, and I hope the resume is going to contribute to some of this thing.